According to statistics from the Ministry of Health, the average time for COVID-19 on a global scale to grow from 100 cases to 1,000 cases is about 10 days. For Vietnam, the country reached 100 cases on March the 22nd. If applying the world's average rate, Vietnam should reach 1,000 cases on March 31st. However, up to now, Vietnam has not exceeded 300 infections. Our reporter Lina Pham has a talk with the highest representative of the United Nations in Vietnam regarding the mentioned figures.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Kamal Malhotra, for joining our interview today. So the Prime Minister's Directive 16 has taken effect since April the 1st and lasts until April the 15th. So what's your comment on these measures of the government on social distancing?
Of course, there's less traffic on the road, but it is not a complete shutdown or a lockdown. And I think that's very important that there not be a complete lockdown or shutdown. I think essential services need to continue. Essential production activities need to continue. The term social distancing, which was first put forward, has created some confusion. What was actually meant always was physical distancing of, in the case of WHO, 1 meter, 3 feet. But in the case of the government of Vietnam, they've asked for 2 meters. In fact, people need to come socially closer. The only issue is that they now have to use means to come socially closer, which are not physical. They have to use the internet.
So does it make any change to the operations of the UN in these 15 days?
I'm happy to say that the UN is still operating. It's open for business. It will always be open for business to support the people and the government of Vietnam. We have more than 220 people, staff of the UN, in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, who will still be coming in physically to work.
For the measures against COVID-19 to work, obviously the collaboration of citizens to the government is a very important factor. So what's your comment on the response of Vietnamese citizens to the guidance and policies of the Vietnamese government in the fight against COVID-19?
There have been 2 recent global surveys in which Vietnam has been featured. One was a survey covering 45 countries in terms of how different citizens viewed their government. Vietnam came up close to the top, with 62% of its citizens feeling that the government was taking just the right amount of measures. I think that's a very good outcome for Vietnam, globally speaking. There's clearly faith in the government at the moment. Vietnam comes up together with Singapore as one of 2 countries in Southeast Asia where there is trust in the government.
So what are the UN recommendations for Vietnam in general and every Vietnamese citizens?
Please stay calm. Vietnam's doing a good job. Things are under control. 75 people have already been released from hospital. That is like 1/3 of the total number of cases. That's a very good record.
Well, once again, thank you very much for joining us.